Hey everybody, welcome into another video. I am Unholy Lucifer. You guys can catch me here on the YouTube, on Twitch. I'm everywhere. Let's just fill the screen with where the hell I'm at. All right, for this video, we're gonna dive a little bit more into Shoreline because it's just such a big map. There's so much loot to cover. There's just a lot going on with Shoreline. It's why it was probably one of my favorite maps kind of last wipe. Everyone called it Snoreline because it's kind of boring other than for specific spots. However, now with the addition of Sanitar, it's gotten a lot better. So today we are going to go over Resort, what keys you need, how to figure out where the best route is for the loot, how to get yourself a nice spicy little LEDX or 3 or 4 or 5, and how to get the frick out of there once you're done looting in order to help you guys get some money in Tarkov. Welcome to the video. You guys on the other side. So talking about Shoreline, talking about the resort, talking about the keys and what you need. We're gonna have a nice nifty key thing for you here, which shows like your priority keys and what you should have on you going into Shoreline. We cut out all of the bad keys. These are only the good keys that have LEDXs, that have like rare loot spawns, all that good stuff, that when you're going through, you're only getting the best of the best. Now, when you spawn, will dictate exactly the route you should take to get into the resort. If you spawn on east side, if you spawn on west side, it just depends on if you're gonna get a late spawn to the resort, even if you're gonna check it. Sometimes you can spawn over by the tunnel and by construction, by the blue fence. Those spawns are a little less likely for you to get more of the loot. However, if you spawn back by swamps or even back by the east building, there's 3 good spawns over on the east building, and on the west building there's 1 good spawn to get you in there really quick before the other people tend to get in there and go over. But we'll go through both. We'll go through the east spawns, we'll go through the west spawns. If you get a late spawn, kind of out of luck, best thing to do when I get a late spawn or I get a tunnel spawn, even if I get a weather station spawn, if I'm already hearing shooting a minute into the raid while I'm trying to spawn peek somebody, I already know that the resort is pretty much no go for me. So I'll hit weather, and then what I'll do is I'll stay down to the south. I'll go ahead and hit pier. Depending on what I've heard for the rest of the game, I'll then check cottages or villa for Sanitar and then just get out. If I don't get the best spawns, that's pretty much, you know, what you gotta do. Stay to the south of the map, you know, make sure you peek those hills that people like to snipe from, and just get out with some loot and start it back up until you can get into a better spawn spot for you. Now, the 2 best spawns, as I said before, you have the west wing, which has that top left portion of the swamp area. That spawn's really good for the west wing. And then for the east wing, there are 2. There's a top right spawn of the map, and then there's 1 over by weapons house, which has like a big green weapons box in it that not too many people go in there unless you're scavenging around. But if you get that spawn in the beginning, those 2 are the really good ones to just beeline for the east wing of the resort. Issue is that you can spawn, there can be a spawn in both spots. So if you're coming up backside of east, keep an eye out for that hole in the fence, because someone can be jumping through there and trying to get you and see you and snipe you or shoot you. So you want to make sure, depending on which spawn you have, you're watching for the other, because they both happen right away. Talking about the east side, what I like to do if I get the back east spawn is I tend to like to start from the top down, especially now that Sanitar's there. If I'm going in with just a pistol, I tend to get a lot more out of it than if I was to start on floor 1. So what I like to do is when I run up to the 3rd floor, the ones I like to hit on the east side, you have 306, which is at the edge. When running through there, you're going to go to 313, 310, 316. On east side, those are 4 keys you're going to want: 306, 313, 10, 316 on that side. Once you're done hitting them, you also have the storeroom key, which helps open up all those storerooms on both ends of west and east. So if you're on the east side, go hit that storeroom up, go to 328, and then that is a chance for rare loot spawns from the 3rd floor. floor of East. So now that you've gone to 328, go out through the storeroom, go down another level. Once you go down to the second floor, you're going to be looking for, once you go to 226 has the LEDX spawn right there. So when you go through the door, you gotta close the door and peek that little LEDX spawn right there. There's two other rooms attached to it that also have pretty good stuff. That's the LEDX. That's what you want. Once you get through there, there's a hole in the ground that you gotta be careful of, because now that Sanitar is there, he likes to spawn down there. What I've noticed a lot with Sanitar is they tend to have a flashlight to kind of show that, hey, I'm here. I guess they can't see down the hallway of the room or whatever, but I tend to look down, see if I see a flashlight or not. They like to swivel a little bit, so I see a flashlight, I know they're there. I tend to bring a few grenades now to Shoreline with me, because then all I gotta do is just pop a few, make sure I hit that nice little angle on the corner and let it bounce back, and it blows pretty much all of them up. Once you're done dealing with that, if they're not even there, you're going to head to 205 on the second floor of East. Once you're done with 205, you're then going to go to the first floor of East. The only good floor that I found for East side is actually the room with the tape. That's actually Sanitar's key, and that's 110. It's not numbered, but there's a blood print right next to the door. That's how you know it's 110. That's how you know it's Sanitar's room. That sums up the side. Once you're done with that, it's completely up to you. Normally, once I hit one side, I get out of there and I load into the next raid. All raids normally take me about 8 to 10 minutes to try and just go through the one side and get out. You can also hit admin now that you're on the first floor. If you haven't heard anything, if you're feeling really ratty or whatever, go ahead and admin, go to the west side. Yeah. All right, so west side, there's pretty much only one good spawn that I like for west side, and that's over by Swamp. Now once you get to Swamp, you'll be the first one over to west side. Even the ones that get to east side might take a little bit. You'll probably meet each other if they go and try to go to west side through the back, through words, through admin. You'll probably be able to see them. If you want to take a few pop shots off on them, they'll probably be able to see you. It all just depends on, how you want to do it. But normally you want to go straight in. Once you get straight in to the west side, you have room 112, which is basically right there. When you go through the hole in the wall, right there to your left. Further down, you got 104. Both are blue keycard spawns and very good spawns. After the first floor, you're going to go up elbow stairs, which are the stairs located in the back. That way you can see if anyone's over at admin. You can kind of focus on what's going on, check out your surroundings a little bit. Head up to the second floor. The second floor on west side, you have 203, 216, 218, 220 are the four's a number for that you want on the second floor of that side. All of them, you got blue key cards, you got LEDXs, red key cards. There's just so much loot in the resort. Once you're done hitting them, you're then going to want to go up to the third floor. Once you're on the third floor, you have 306 and 301. Both of them are also amazing loot. LEDXs galore. Something else to note while you're on the third floor at 301 and 306, in order to get the safe at 321, there's actually a barrier there. So what you actually gotta go do, you actually gotta go down second floor and up in order to get to 321 and get that safe. It all depends on how you're going through the raid and how what's going on in the game kind of force you to what you want to do first. What I tend to do is I normally go to 306 and 301 first, just because those have a LEDX. If I haven't heard anything, then I'll take the chance of going completely around all of second floor, jumping over the freaking barrier, because there's a barrier there on the second floor of west side that has barbed wire. You tend to hit that a lot, so people on that side can hear you clearly if you're over there. Now, when it comes to the admin building, I kind of take a stance of what's been going on, what have I heard, what haven't I heard, am I already full of gear? The admin building has a lot of stuff to check, but it's also one of those things to where if I'm already full, I'll probably just get out and get into another raid. There are some LEDXs in the admin building. There's one in the basement part. It's normally on a cart. There's also graphics card spawns. There's 2 safes also in admin building. So if you've already worked your way through to the middle, if you're going to go out, Rock Passage is normally in the back side of Shoreline. If I'm full, I normally stay out, go out through the back. But if I have a space or two, I'll normally cut through admin, check the LEDX spawn, check the other spawns, and then just work my way out. That way I get out. Now, if Rock Passage isn't open, it depends on what spawn I got. If I got East Resort spawn and I need to go to Tunnel, what I'll then do is I'll then head to Villa or Cottages, and then that way I can check for Sanitar again, and I can check out that cottage to see if it's been hit, because there are also 2 safes in the cottage, the locked cottage, that's also pretty good and just loaded with loot. Lucy tip number, I don't know from all the videos, but Lucy tip. I know in a past video I talked about sniping Sanitar, which works if he's at the docks or Villa. If he is inside of the resort, he's a little bit harder to handle. What I tend to do if I'm doing just resort runs is I tend to bring a few VOD grenades, just a few of them through a window. 1, it'll help you with some PMCs, and 2, it will drop him pretty quickly no matter what it is. If you're just doing resort runs, bring some grenades. It's like a 12k investment with your pistol. So if you're going in, you'll probably have a 50k investment, pistol, grenades, maybe a little bit of something so that you're not marked. But it will honestly, once you kill him and his 2 friends, you're loaded. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this video on my routes that I take on Shoreline in the resort. I know we're gonna have a video playing, showing me doing a whole bunch of stuff and showing all that. If you have any questions, let me know. Ask down below. I'm also available on Twitch, so if you ever see me live, I'm more than happy for you to come ask me questions. I am just full of like Tarkov knowledge, and if I don't know, people of the community know. Somebody knows the answer to your question you have, and I hope it was me. Till next time, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to sub. There was no winner in last week's contest. No one posted a comment. So are we doing that this week? I don't know. Did you find a word? Did you not? Found a word? Let me know what that word was. Who knows? Maybe you'll get more than a Bitcoin this time.